Welcome to the Daily Market Recap. Today is Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. Wall Street finished lower after another round of selling in AI and technology shares. Investors weighed rising inflation concerns, elevated treasury yields, and escalating tensions in the Middle East. The Nasdaq led the decline while broader risk appetite remained fragile. Technology and semiconductor stocks were the weakest groups of the session, while defensive sectors, including consumer staples and utilities, showed relative strength. Energy stocks were mixed as traders monitored oil market volatility tied to geopolitical developments. The latest CNN Fear Greed Index sits at 10, signaling extreme fear. Investor sentiment remains highly cautious as traders reduce risk exposure and wait for clearer inflation and policy signals. Major AI and semiconductor names continued to slide, wiping out significant market value. Investors are questioning stretched valuations after a powerful rally earlier in the year, creating pressure across the broader technology sector. Oracle delivered better than expected results, but investors focused on aggressive future investment plans and capital requirements tied to AI infrastructure expansion. The stock reacted negatively despite strong headline numbers. Geopolitical developments involving Iran remained a major focus. Traders monitored potential impacts on energy markets, inflation expectations, and overall global risk sentiment. All right, it's time for the daily scoreboard. Let's see who managed to miraculously defy gravity today and who got completely dragged down into the absolute abyss. Even in a difficult market, several stocks posted strong gains driven by earnings, company-specific catalysts, and momentum buying. Technology and AI-related names led the downside as investors rotated away from higher-risk growth stocks. SPY remains above major long-term trend support, but momentum has weakened. Key support sits near 720, while resistance is near 745. A break above resistance would improve the short-term outlook, while a drop below support could invite additional selling pressure. QQQ remains under pressure from the ongoing tech correction. Support is near 620 and resistance is near 650. Traders will be watching whether buyers step in around support levels after recent weakness. Small caps have shown relative resilience compared with large cap technology. Support is near 285 and resistance is near 300. A breakout above resistance could signal improving risk appetite. Bitcoin traded under pressure alongside broader risk assets. Key support is near 65,000, while resistance sits around 70,000. Traders continue monitoring macroeconomic developments and institutional flows for direction. Ethereum also struggled as investors reduced exposure to risk assets. Support is near 3,200 and resistance is near 3,600. Price action remains closely tied to overall crypto market sentiment. The broader altcoin market underperformed Bitcoin, with many speculative tokens experiencing larger percentage declines. Market participants remain focused on capital preservation as fear levels stay elevated. The market enters the next session with a cautious tone. Extreme fear readings, persistent tech weakness, and geopolitical uncertainty continue to dominate the narrative, although oversold conditions could create opportunities for short-term rebounds. Investors will be closely watching upcoming inflation data, treasury yield movements, and any new developments from the Middle East. These factors are likely to determine whether risk assets stabilize or face another wave of selling.